Hi there, ML. This is Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com, and you're doing some integrated speaking practice, and I am ready for you. Let me make sure I have the right rubrics. So, okay, let's look at the integrated speaking rubrics. I got your task. I think you said it was task 3. So, reading, listening, speaking, academic. All right, here we go.
University announces that freshman students have to give an entrance exam for the level 1 English and then level 2, which will determine their English level and will be placed accordingly in the class. Woman from the conversation thinks that this is a very fantastic idea and she supports the change. According to her, level 1 English was very easy for her. She already learned this English in her junior and senior high school from her professor. Moreover, she feels that she is wasting her time and tuition fees, which she really hated it. Secondly, she says that lots of 75% of the students felt in the same way as she did. Moreover, with this entrance exam, lots of students will be in the level 2 and level 1 students will get a good help. According to her, small class size makes a big difference.
Okay, as you did before, I think you have a nicely structured organization which is complete and accurate. Doesn't look like you left out any important information. Um, it's delivery, just some slight issues with delivery. So if we look at it, speech is generally clear. Speech is clear with some fluidity of expression, but it exhibits minor difficulties with minor lapses or minor um, yeah, you're probably between 3 and 3.5. That is my goal. That's my guess right now. Let's listen to it one more time.
University announces
I would say a university announces, or the how about this? The reading passage includes an announcement from the university, and then in
that
the listening passage, the speaker reacts to the new notice. If you did that, you have that short introduction that kind of states the main point of the reading and the listening. That'll give us a little bit of a introduction before you get to explaining the details in the reading passage.
freshman students have to give an entrance exam for the level 1 English and then level 2, which will determine their
Which will determine
English level and will be placed accordingly in the class. Woman from the conversation thinks that this is a very fantastic idea and she supports the change. According to her,
Now, this is good. I like that. That's a great topic sentence for the listening passage. It explains exactly kind of what the purpose is. So you have a good general kind of idea about what's going on. I can understand what's going on based on that topic sentence.
level 1 English was very easy for her. She already learned this English in her junior and
I would say she had already learned this in junior year. So I think the past perfect tense is going to work better in that case than the simple past because you have a past action which is occurring before another past action. So that would be my advice on that. So if you want to go to Google, what's the difference between the past perfect and the simple past verb tenses in English grammar? See if you can get more information about that.
senior high school from her professor. Moreover, she feels that she is wasting her time and
Yeah, there's two things I like what you're doing here. I like your transition words as you move from one point to the next. It really helps me understand the connection of your ideas. Number two is you're framing everything from either the reading or the speaker's point of view, and that's also effective because it does sound like a summary and you're using, consequently, a neutral tone.
tuition fees, which she really hated it. Secondly, she says that
I'm going to say which she really, let's go back to what you just said.
she feels that she is wasting her time and tuition fees, which she really hated it.
That's a language usage. You said which she really hated, and then you said it. But when you're using which is the relative clause pronoun there, so there's no need to use it. Just say which she really hated. So there's no need to use it there. Okay, go to the grammar part of my course if you want to learn more about this, and click on the link to the lesson about adjective clauses. Now, if that's not deep enough for you, go to Google and then put how to form adjective clauses in English grammar, so you can understand more about that. Because if you said which she hated it, by putting that unnecessary pronoun at the end, it means that you haven't quite learned how to form adjective clauses.
Secondly, she says that lots of 75% of the students felt in the same way as she did.
I would say 75% of the students feel the same way that she does, I would say.
Moreover, with this entrance exam, lots of students will be in the level 2 and level 1 students will get a good help. According to her, small class size makes a big difference.
All right, we got it. So if I look back, I think I'm going to adjust lower in the low 3, not the mid 3. So I'm going to put you at about 23 points out of 30 on this, maybe 3.0 out of 4. So I think you're definitely having a few minor language use issues that were more evident as when I listened to it the second time. Topic development is great. Just remember my suggestion about the introduction and how you can frame both the reading and the listening in the beginning. Your delivery, I think you're making a lot of improvements here. You're definitely making improvements, but you can work a little bit on what we call fluidity of expression. Still, I think you're speaking a little too slowly. You have to pick it up maybe 15 to 20% faster than what you're doing. And I think you can do that. You have to learn a little bit more about thought groups and blending. You can learn about that in pronunciation lessons 41 through 44. In those lessons, I'll cover the most important things that you need to know about thought groups and blending. And then you want to try to implement those strategies in your own speaking tasks. All right? So thank you for doing this practice test.